All right, guys, welcome back to Masters of the Griddlers. I am Chris. So as many as you know, I am married with kids and grandkids now. And once in a while, we all love a trip to our favorite Golden Arches. One thing that a lot of my family likes to get is the Big Mac. We've all seen it, you know, 2 all beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, onion, pickles, on a sesame seed bun. Yeah, that one. So I was thinking one night, lying in bed, I'm like, I wonder if I can make that myself. So that's what we're doing today. We're gonna try and do a Big Mac. We're gonna go all the way from making the special sauce, grilling our own patties, to even making our own buns. That's what we're doing right now. We're gonna try and make our own buns. So, just come on a little closer so you can see really good what's going on, and let's get this thing started. All right, guys, so to start it off, got my stand mixer here with a dough hook attachment, and this is my stand mixing bowl. So in here I have half a cup of just regular all-purpose flour. To that I am gonna add 1 cup of roughly bath water temperature, or bath temperature water. So like I said, that is 1 cup. Mix this up together until everything is nice and kind of smooth. Make sure you have no lumps in there. Similar to that. And then to that, we're gonna add 1/4 ounce or 2 1/4 teaspoons of active dry yeast. Get that all in there. Let's make sure everyone is well incorporated into the party. All right, guys, now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let this sit and rest for about 10 minutes. I tell you right now, I can already see it working. This thing is smelling very yeasty, very bready, and I can see the bubbles starting to be released in the water flour mixture. So let's let this sit and rest for about 5-10 minutes, guys. All right, guys, so it's been about 10 minutes. So to this, we're gonna add 1 egg that I've already lightly beaten. It owed me money, so, you know, had to be beat. We have 3 tablespoons of melted and then cooled butter. 1 1/4 teaspoon of coarse sea salt. And then 3 tablespoons of sugar. So once you get that all together, let's go ahead and give it a nice little mix. Give it some whiskey business. Make sure it is all thoroughly incorporated, especially that egg. For some reason, that egg always gives me problems when I'm trying to make things. I can never really get it properly mixed in. So once you get that all mixed together, let's bring over our stand mixer with a dough hook attached. We're gonna slide this puppy on, and now we're going to add our remaining flour, which is roughly gonna be about 3 cups. So I am not doing the scoop method because I'm kind of fluffing and then bringing the flour into the cup that way. I'm not letting it get packed down in there. So this is a 1/2 cup measuring cup. That's 1, 2, or 1 1/2, sorry. 2, 2 1/2, 3. So I don't do the spooning method because my flour container doesn't have a big enough mouth on it for me to do that. Also want to make sure you get yourself a silicone spatula, kind of get everything down into the pool. And I'm going to put this low speed for about 5 to 6 minutes, or until a soft and sticky dough forms. Now this, you're probably gonna need to scrape down the sides every minute or 2 to make sure that everything gets incorporated in. But yeah, so let's let this go for about 5 minutes. All right, so as you can see here, the dough is really starting to pull away from the sides of the bowl. That's really what we're looking for. In fact, if we stop it now, So it's a sticky dough, but it's not sticking to your hands, which is kind of what we're looking for. So right now, all we're doing is we're just gonna keep kneading this on medium-low speed to help build up that gluten. And while this is going, guys, this is a good time to go ahead and grab your olive oil and your plastic wrap. You're gonna need them here in just a little bit. All right, guys, so it has been about 10 minutes. Dough is very elastic. It is sticky, but it's not really sticking to my fingers, which again is what you want. You want this dough to be elastic and sticky, but not sticking to your fingers. So we're gonna get ourselves a little bit of flour. Lightly, and I can't emphasize it enough, lightly dust your surface. Then we're gonna take our dough here. Oh yeah, that stuff is real elastic and sticky. I almost dropped the bowl. So I wanna form this into a round shape. Tuck in any of these loose ends in, like so. While I'm doing that, I'm gonna clean up my bowl. All right, guys, so as you can see, bowl is nice and clean. So what we're gonna do now is take a little bit of that olive oil I told you to go ahead and get your hands on. We're gonna put some in there, a teaspoon or so. And then I'm just gonna take a paper towel and coat this bowl, and also getting up any excess that I may not need. Then we're gonna take our dough ball, put it in, kind of flip it around, get all sides kind of coated in a little bit of oil. I'm gonna take my plastic wrap here, and I'm going to cover my dough, like so. And I'm also gonna go and grab one of my wife's good kitchen towels. And put this over as well, so that way I make sure that nothing gets in it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna place this in an area that is warm, away from any direct vents, things like that. And we're gonna let this rise for about an hour or two. So you got some time, go chill, hang out with the family, go to the grocery store if you need to, and I'll catch you back. My time will be about an hour or two, your time, just a couple seconds. See you soon. What are those? All right, guys, it has been several hours. Let's check it out. Oh, guys, that's looking good. That is looking good. All right, what we need to do now, get this out of here, start making some dough, some buns. If you need to, go ahead and lightly flour your surface. I am not going to do that. All right, so we're gonna try and get this into a rounded rectangle shape, patting out any air bubbles and stuff that you may see. We want this roughly in like a 5 by 7-ish rectangle. Gently stretch if you need to. It's okay if you have to manhandle this a little bit. Go ahead and get yourself a baking sheet lined with some parchment paper. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna break this down into 8 pieces. So put it on the middle. Roughly 8 identical sized pieces. We're gonna go ahead and put these into a ball form, kind of roll them out a little bit. Make sure everything's kind of nice and tight in there. I'm gonna place them on our baking sheet, push them down just a little bit till they're roughly 1/2 inch thick. All right. So once you get all your burgers rolled up like this, get them on a baking sheet, you want to push these down flat until they're roughly a ½ inch thick. We are going to put some parchment paper back on top. That ain't gonna work. Hold on. And I know I said parchment paper. I meant plastic wrap. So you got your plastic wrap the best you can. This here is obviously looks like going to be a 2-piece job. So wrap that in plastic wrap. Now we're gonna let these sit for another hour. So then when these are about 20 minutes away from being done with the second proof, we'll go ahead and we'll start our oven then. So see you in about an hour, guys. Alrighty, it has been about an hour. This is what our buns are currently looking like. Nice and doubled in size. Looking very good. So make sure you get your oven preheated to 375 degrees. So before you throw these in the oven, you want to go ahead and do a nice little egg wash on these. This is just one egg with a little bit of milk, and you want to gently brush the tops of these. Careful that you do not deflate your bun. You did all that work so far just to have something to happen. That's not fun. I've had it happen before. So just gonna make sure you're getting all of the top. This is gonna give these buns a very, very nice golden brown texture. Outside, exterior, whatever you want to call it. So once you get that done, you know Big Mac has to have a sesame seed top. And of course, my sesame seeds are brand new, so the freshest seal is still on it. So just go ahead, generously top these with some sesame seeds. All right, guys, so these are going into the oven, 375 degrees for 15 to 17 minutes until the tops are golden brown. See you back in a bit. All right, guys, oven just went off. Let's see how these buns look. Oh, those are looking so good. Oh, I'm so happy. Much better than the last time I tried to make buns, I can tell you that much. Let's let these cool down for a little bit. While these are cooling, let's get going on that special sauce, and then we'll head out to the grill to grill up some burgers and get these big Chris's made up. So here's how you make that sauce, guys. All right, guys, so for the Big Mac sauce, while you're over there, come on over here. Let me show you what we got going on. All right, so first you're gonna start with your mayo base. To that, we're gonna add a 1/4 cup of some sweet pickle relish. To that, we are adding 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1/2 teaspoon of sugar, 1/2 teaspoon of garlic powder, 1/4 teaspoon of beef bouillon, and a 1/4 teaspoon of garlic powder. If you want to mix it up and use smoked paprika, you can. It's just the recipe I found just called for regular paprika. Next, you're going to do 2 teaspoons of some Dijon mustard. 1 and 2. Then we're just going to go ahead and give this all a nice little mix. Now, I was a little shocked. The recipe that I found didn't call for no ketchup. I always thought that the Big Mac sauce had ketchup on it, but I don't know. I guess it didn't. I guess I was wrong. That's kind of looking Big Mac-ish, don't you think? All right, from there we're just going to salt and pepper to taste. I'm gonna let this sit in the fridge for a little bit, really get those flavors together before I taste it and see if there's any more that need to be done. So my issue is with this bowl, it's gotta kind of get this like little bottom lip under here. So I'm constantly getting seasoning stuck in the corners. Make sure you get all of your seasonings into the pool. Make sure they all have a nice time together. All right, and once you have your Big Mac sauce done, let's go ahead and lid it. We're gonna pop it in the fridge for a couple hours, really let these flavors meld together. All right guys, so now we're outside. Time to cook up some patties. So, here's how to grab your patties. I know y'all know how to make burgers on your Blackstone. I am doing Big Mac or Big Chris smash burgers. So my patties are definitely gonna be a lot smaller than the traditional ones at McDonald's. Although even now the ones at McDonald's are pretty small. So we're gonna let these get a little crust up on one side. Makes it a little easier to flip or smash. I can hold it for about 5-6 seconds. There we go. So you can use any kind of meat you want. I'm using a beef pork mix on mine. It is still an 80-20 meat lean to fat ratio. I don't know. We've had this a couple times already. My family really seems to enjoy it. So I figured, why not? Let's keep it going with that. This one had a little issue with the flip, or with the smash, I should say. Good. That's the way it is now. All right, so I'm gonna try and keep this as traditional to McDonald's as possible. So this is just a simple salt and pepper. Let's let these go for a little bit, and then we'll close when we get the rest done. I have enough right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna make 7 Big Macs. I did grab an extra Big Mac at McDonald's while I was there, just in case I ran out of meat. This was 2 pounds of meat, so you know, you gotta kind of do what you can. Alright, these are done. You gotta make sure you shut everything off. Don't want to leave anything on that could potentially cause a big hazard. There they go, guys. Let's go make these into some big Chris's or Big Macs. All right, guys, so we finally got everything done. I know it's been a long day. Let's go ahead and make up the Big Chris. So take one of your buns, put it on your side. You want to get a knife that is very, very sharp. Slowly, gently. There's your bottom bun. I'm always over there seeing if I can actually do this. Are you making sure I can do this? Or are you seeing if I slice my finger off? Okay. Never doubt your husband. All right, so guys, now we need to make sure we get this order correct. Yes?
2 all-beef patties, special sauce, lettuce, cheese, pickles, onions, on the sesame seeds, onions.
So that is the ingredients, but what is the order that they go in? That's what I thought. You just stand back there, look cute, and get ready to put my meat in your mouth. I mean burger. I mean sandwich. So here we go, guys. Oh, the joys of being married for 85 years like we have. All right, so first, you take your bottom bun. I know, I didn't toast this. Get over it. By the way, these are nice and soft. No, I mean like the inside. For once, I actually did something good with the bread. So put yourself a nice healthy dollop of some big crisp sauce there on the bottom. Next up, you're gonna want a slice of cheese. Now, if the Big Mac had one complaint from me, it is that you only get one slice of cheese on your Big Mac. That's okay. All right, next we got some onions. This is just white onion that I diced up a little bit. Little trick I read is stick it, put it in some water and stick it in the refrigerator until you get ready to use it again, or until you get ready to use it. I guess it helps keep the onions be crisp, and I think it also helps get rid of some of that nasty onion vapor that they like to get. All right, so next you want to go a lettuce. I'm not gonna go like McDonald's and put, or McDonald's or Subway and do all lettuce, no meat. I ain't gonna do that to y'all. But if that's the way you like it, then that's how you're gonna do it. Okay, next you are gonna go 3 pickles. Pickles. Then you go a patty. Bun sauce. Another little sprinkle of onions. 3 more pickles. Hey, look at that, I got 3 pickles right off the bat. Well, 2 pickles in a pack, man. A patty. There it is, guys. Homemade. You're like, holy, that's big. It's the first time I heard you say that ever. All right, that is the homemade version of the Big Mac. I like to call it Big Chris. So now I gotta rearrange the camera here. We're gonna have my wife come on, and she's gonna taste test the Big Chris and the Big Mac.
You gotta set them next to each other and see the difference.
I do have a Big Mac right here. I actually have 2. So in case, someone doesn't like it, then they got this. Look at this. The box. Those are close. Oh, come on. Which one of those would you rather eat? Just visually. All right, let me rearrange this camera, guys. All right. So we have the official taste test. Come on in, sweetheart. What's wrong? You're looking at me all weird in the camera.
No, I'm just checking to see if it's recording. Okay.
All right, so obviously, this is the McDonald's Big Mac 2 for $10. This is the Big Chris, a lot for probably roughly a couple dollars cheaper. So, do the Big Mac first.
You gonna do the Big Mac first? I'm gonna do the other one first.
Okay, so you can do that one first. Big Mac. It's classic Big Mac. We don't know what Big Mac tastes like. What do you think?
Good.
Okay, so those of you who don't know, it's good means holy crap, this is the best thing I've had today.
The sauce is really good. Something's gold in there. I think it might be the pickles, but I'm not sure.
Oh, yeah. Also, like I said, the buns ain't toasted. Feeling good.
The onions was cold.
exception of the close to the onions, if you were to blindfold somebody and have them taste this, I don't think you'd be able to tell a difference.
I think the only difference to me is that bun is smaller, like in general it's just smaller. Yeah. And this one is like, you can tell it tastes fresher, less like it cut out of the bag.
Yeah, that's right. No processed crap here. But on a scale of 1 to 10, how do you feel about this one?
I like it. It's good. Like I said, the only thing I can tell a lot of differences is that middle piece is thicker.
I need to work on my cutting skills, okay? Leave me alone.
But it's good.
All right, guys. There you go.
Very comfortable.
So next time your family says, hey, I want to go out to McDonald's, whatever, you can seriously look them in the eyes and say, you know what? We got McDonald's at home. I'm going to have all the recipes down below, guys. Until next time, thank you for watching. Like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good fun stuff. Thanks for stopping by. Catch you later.